Peace and love, y'all. It's your brother A.D.V.I.S.S back with another installment of more interviews, aka Memoirs of Our Real Experiences. And for today's memoirs, or I should say today's more interviews, we have a brother who is multi-talented with the bars, with his artistry, has musical prowess for years, and so much more to come. We got the brother Big Torrin repping. Of course, we got the area over there. So as the brothers coming in, y'all let me know. It's gonna be a live interview, and throughout the interview, if you are curious to know more about this brother, please tune in. Please do it. And like I said, hey, what's good, brother?
What's up? What's up, yo? How you doing? Make sure.
Living and learning, man. Another day. Keep living and learning.
All right, all right, all
And
right.
yourself?
I'm wonderful, but definitely going through transitions and different things is happening along. Being grateful to make me be even more grateful. Honestly.
Mm, beautifully said. And shouts out to everybody that's coming through and loving and supporting. I see all y'all in here. If y'all have questions, some of y'all may already know, but for those who don't, please give this brother questions, share experiences, any things that you want to share with us and get to the brother. Please put it there. As well as, please, if you don't know who this is Big Torrin. You can find this brother everywhere, of course. Literally, you can find him Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, anywhere that you want to find this brother, man. Please go follow him and shout him a message. Dude's really down to earth, big brother. My boy Torrin, yeah.
For real?
Already know. But before we start, brother, is there any questions, any things that you like to share with folks as well as plug before we get started?
Uh, yeah. For the ones who are up here, like you said, if whatever music app you have or anything, whether it's YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Apple, Deezer, Napster, Shazam, I have music online, Uh, so, yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. So if this is your introduction to me, see what you like.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. And again, yeah,
757.
757. Hey, it's the
Rain.
area code.
That's my
Uh-huh.
man's. OG.
I see you in here, Nate the Great. What's good, my G? Good to see you in here. Again, if y'all got questions, put
Courtney.
them down in the comments. But before we do that, my G,
Okay.
how's everything else been with you?
Um, as far as what would you say everything else?
I know we just did the introductions, like how you doing? You's doing fine. You was feeling good. I mean, I
Uh-huh.
just wanted to add a little bit more to. Was there anything else or how you was
Uh-huh.
feeling?
Courtney, what's up? Yeah, man. Honestly, I want to just first off say I'm grateful to be up here, a part of this vibration that you host. You're very consistent, bro. I see it when you
Appreciate
go live. I've been on a couple of your lives, and it's great content that you have. So that's what I want to say right there, bro.
Appreciate the love and thank you for tuning in, man. It's one of the reasons why I do it. Not only for the exposure as well as being able to share other people's art with people, but for y'all. So
Hmm.
thank you. Now,
Yeah.
with that being said, let's go ahead and let's get this interview popping.
Okay. Okay.
So first question I got for you, and this is for those who either this is their first time getting to know you and their experience being able to see who you are. Tell us a bit about your background, yourself, where you come from, the whole thing.
Yeah. So me as myself, I used to play the. I used to go to church a lot growing up because my father's parents were pastors and first ladies, and
Mm,
so my grandfather had his own church. So me and my brother. I have a brother that's a year older than me. We were accessible in the musical departments of having the accessibility to learn instruments. My brother played drums first,
mm,
and then one time he got hurt his wrist, so I had to just play by default, and I wasn't that good. you know, I would be playing the drums on Sundays sometimes, and I would mess up a lot. People would give me the faces, and I'd be like, oh no, I don't know if I want. But
Yeah.
through time, I got better with playing the drums, but never really practiced and harnessed it. Then I just started like looking at the keyboard and like, and so I started like wanting to learn the keys, and so I would learn how to like play something by ear and whatnot. And like I said,
Mm.
my dad is a keyboardist and an organist himself. He could play and whatnot. So that aspect lent into me taking a liking to playing the piano and organ. And so that's the foundation of like how it got started as like being around it. And then so
Mm.
I started, me and my brother, with my dad being a keyboardist and an organist for a church, he had a keyboard. And this is like early 2000s, late 90s. My
Mm.
dad had a keyboard and you had to put a floppy disk in. And in the floppy disk, you would have to like arrange the beat. You would have to make the beat. And so when I was in seventh grade, my brother and I, we made our first beat. I was in seventh grade and
Mm.
made it originally. And from my dad knowing how to play chords, we said, "Hey, Dad, can you come here? Can you show us just like some cool fly chords?" He showed us two chords, blah blah. Just I'm just giving you a representation, and
Yeah.
then now I can actually it went. That's exactly what we did, and so we took that, made a beat
Mm.
over it, and that was our first beat. So the next day, when I made that beat, the next day we burnt it on a CD, so we had to put it from the floppy disk
This.
to the desktop computer, then burn a CD. I had a CD player. I took it to school the next day. I let everybody listen to it. So everybody was like, "Yo, Torrin, that beat was like," you know what I'm saying? I let any and everybody who could just want to listen.
Yeah.
And that's how I became known as like doing music in my
Mm.
area and my element from like
Yes.
doing stuff like that. And we were basically at that time period, we lived in like we were living in the new houses. So the new houses, see, just bro, he remembered that, bro. And I let him,
Mm.
and I remember Terrell was like, yo, he was like, yo, this beat is dope, yo. And so that was seventh grade year, yo. And so,
Wow.
but that was just it let me see what it could be on just like not trying to aim to be no label. I didn't know about that. It was just like, oh. And so that's the foundation of a background of like where I remember a start point, you know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, you already jumped into some of already a few of the questions that I have for you, but that's the beautiful thing with just being able to just share and just give that background on yourself.
Mm.
I wanted to touch a little bit more on um, a bit more the background of not only like your family, but as well as introduce again to those if they don't know what area you're from
Yes.
and etc.
Yes. Hey, so look, I'm from Norfolk, Virginia, and Norfolk is embodied in a seven cities district, Hampton Roads area,
Mm,
757. So Norfolk is like one of the mecca joints out here, along as Virginia Beach. If y'all heard of Virginia Beach, where it got the beach and the water and stuff like that. But Norfolk City is where we hold it down, baby. Park Place is where we at, you know what I'm saying? So
mm.
yeah, I just get passionate when I rep my city, yo. You know what I'm saying?
And shouts
So
out to Blake Johnston in here as well
yeah,
too.
Blake, what's up, Blake? That's bro
Yes.
from Virginia Beach, and he's out in Newport News. So that's where I'm at. Out here, seven cities on the East Coast, in between the DMV area and all that.
Beautiful, beautiful, man. Uh, Speaking of that, and before I start getting into some of the your writing and the art that you put into with the music, let's continue this route on exploring. the early years of who Big Torrin is. So the question I have for you is, who was Big Torrin as a child growing up? Share that origin stories of that as well.
Keon. So I had lived in Portsmouth, Virginia, which
Okay.
is a part of the seven cities right next to Norfolk. And so they like literally 10 minutes away from each other. The only separation is a water, you know what I'm saying,
Mm.
water barrier. So, we have to go through a tunnel, under a tunnel. So I grew up in Portsmouth, and so I was really quiet. I was like really shy. I was like really like just like kind of under. I was like scared to go to school the first day and
Mm.
school. Like I was under my dad a lot, and so the parent teachers conferences, they would have to be like, I was just like really good in school, and he had no problems out of me at that point. And it was just like the teachers would be like, we have no problems out of touring. I guess if we can just get them to talk, because I wouldn't really talk. So I remember that as like being 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 year old. And so I was like really quiet, really
Mm.
shy, really in the cut. And I'm still like that to this day, or right now, so it just comes out in different elements and environments and whatnot. Yeah.
Dang. Okay. Okay. I definitely I feel that, and I resonate with that same sentiment of the quietness. For me, it was a flip side. But like I started off like very out there and trying to get to know everybody, and then it flipped to the other side of me, just like keep my
Mm-hmm.
hand down doing my work. But I think part of that is because of how not only introspective that you could be, but
Mm-hmm.
as well as how observant you are.
Mm.
It's a testament to that, which to me I see how that bleeds into the music and how much work you put into that. Which again, y'all, this brother is so dope on the keys, it's ridiculous. You listen to the stuff that he has, man, like it's beautiful, as well as all the other groups that he's in. Like I can't even get started with all the other groups that this brother is in that he sheds his light and his talent in that. Yeah, he's the boss. Yes.
And bro, and I want to say, bro, my man's name Keon.
Yeah.
This was one of my best friends. He used to spend the night at my crib. He used to we did everything together and stuff. And he was when I'm talking about taking my beats to school
Yeah.
and stuff, he was my Rock him to Eric B. Pete Rock the CL Smooth. He was the one that would write the lyrics, and
Mm.
I would beat on the table. He would just have lyrics ready and stuff. And so one time I was we was leaving out of lunch, and we was in seventh grade, and I was like, hey, yo, Keon. I was like, hey, yo, Keon, spit some. I'm going to beat on the vending machine. So I went over there. I went, doom, God, doom, 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 God, doom, doom, God, doom. And he started spitting. All the girls started swarming around. Then they started doing their little twerk dancing and stuff. And it got so hyped, but in love and positivity. The
Yeah.
teacher came over there and grabbed me and was like, Torrin, what are you doing? You can't be doing this. I was like, what are you doing? It's all love. It's everybody's having fun. You know what I'm saying? So it was like it was something like seeing the musical journey as
Yes.
well, like like a stigma of a black man, like like I can't we can't vibe on a positive energy, you know what I'm saying? And so it was a something that I seen early in the time too. Like
Mm.
I was getting carried away as if I punched somebody in the face or something. But we carried that energy so high, we would do that a lot back in the day.
Mm.
So and that's the guy, Keon, right there. Shout out my man's
Yeah.
Keon, you know what I'm
Said
saying?
him and Keys used to wrestle all day, and then
Yeah.
he said
Yeah.
Thumbhead grab you.
Oh, thumbhead, right.
We talking about the teacher or the person who grabbed you?
Oh, Mr. Williams. He had a thumb-shaped head, and so everybody,
Oh my goodness.
man, much love. But that's yes. So yeah, that's bro. I just wanted to give that little
Yes.
story to show like how it all like it wasn't just like, oh, I just want, we would have moments where it would just enhance our memory, just to be like, yo, we could do this. Into the talent show,
Mm,
everybody came out to the talent show auditions because me and my bro Keon, they just wanted to see us and whatnot. So I just wanted to give that,
that's
bro.
again, this is your platform right now. This is all you, my G. I'm here to, I want to learn and I want to know, as well as share what you want to share. So we thank you.
Mm, thank you, thank you.
Man, yes. I mean, because again, these small incidents of memories and stuff, that not only like brings you back to that nostalgia, but really reminds you of, yeah, that path, like you said, of where that trajectory was starting, and
Mhm.
where, your purposes and your intentions on what you were doing in that moment may still be relevant to today. So please, all of it. Um, with the next question I got for you, because you already was given a lot of the background, starting off making beats there in seventh grade with parents, as well as being in the church and, doing the drums and getting more acquainted with that in that scene. Now, I want us to move into, when did you start like creating like music, like writing it down and the full production of a song?
Seventh, eighth grade.
Okay.
I would make so I wanted to be, starting out in that time, I wanted to be the hype man. I wanted to be the producer. Like for some reason,
Mm,
people would be looking at the artist and what I wanted to be the dude DJing and making. I just grabbed to that. I'm like, and I wanted to make the hook saying like. So sometimes I'll have we had a song called "Watch Me Do My Dance." Watch me do my dance. Why me do my dance. But this was around that snap
yeah.
down time. You know what I'm saying? And so those was like elements, and I think that was like high school where we was like really knowing the
Okay.
foundation of like the song structure. Like ninth grade was like, all
Okay.
right, this is the element of like, yo, I'll say, yo, this the intro of the beat. Then I'll be like, yo, then the beat would drop and you rap. Then I'll be like, oh, I had a hook and stuff. So I seen that element around eighth grade, ninth grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And why, or I should say, what really motivated you to really start writing? I know you wanted to be the hype man, which the brother Blake is saying the glue, and the producer in the background. But again, I'm listening to what you put out and done too. What really motivated you to start doing the writing
Okay.
alongside
And
that?
so as through time, uh, life moves forward in entertainment music. So there are going to be multiple artists and people that along the way may maintain or may not maintain. And as along the way you get older, you have children, you have different things. So if there's not a certain revenue or a certain point of keep going that's driving that,
Yeah.
some of those people that I would have to, wait on would have to like, I would be like, dang, if I'm waiting on somebody,
Mm.
then like I will always have to keep waiting on somebody just to
Hmm.
write a verse or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I always felt like I could write and whatnot, but I just didn't have the confidence to really say, you know what, I can do this. And so it was like around my mid 20s, you
Mm.
know? Yeah, mid 20s. I was like 24, 25, and sometimes I would get like, I would ask my brother or somebody to help me write my verse because I just wasn't confident. I was in the mindset, oh, I need to be a lyrical on top. I need to do analogies. I need to do metaphors. I need to do breakdowns. But for me, I'm more so tell you plain simple like it is, uplift. And so once I understood that, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I know who I am, you know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Again, like you said, as the times change and that energy flows, it's all dependent on that that trajectory. One of the biggest things I'm hearing, at least from you too, is like you following the path when it makes sense to follow it, and
Yeah.
you feeling it. You may be put in the situation and you're not fully prepared there, but there was something that's keeping you there, and then you honed your skills. So you've had it. It was just getting to now. Can I prove it to myself that I know I have it?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
man.
Yes.
Go ahead. Go
Yes.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I know for the ones who's watching,
Yes.
the y'all hearing like me, the music journey, like, but what you just said, something happens. That's what it was. That like I play keys. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
known as a keyboardist, or a pianist out
Pianist.
here. Yeah, so I'm known as that factor. And so I can pick up songs, I can play, I can do those things. And now, you can call me if you need something in a short term, because I can retain the memory at a rapid rate now if I need to learn 30 songs in a day or two songs. What's up, bro? Thanks, man.
Yeah. What's up?
Mentor,
Yeah.
man.
It's
Got
Fred
it,
Wizard. What's going on,
Yeah.
my G, man? Much love to you in here, man. Again, and shouts out to everybody that's in here listening. And if y'all are curious and want to know a bit more about the brother Big Torrin, please, you can put some questions down in there. Because again, this is a live interview. I'm getting my share because I want to learn. But if y'all want to learn and know some stuff of my brother, please put the comments down in there. Put those questions.
Yes, that's for sure. It's an open energy. I like that. And that's why I was like, with the interview, I was like, to just kind of, I was thinking like, I was like, man, when I be listening, it sound like an open conversation sometimes when I
Yeah.
be looking at your interviews and stuff. But I like the questions. But um I was saying that was a moment for me as far as like musical aspects, like taking this part, like, all right, I remember I had a time I was playing keys, but I was just okay on the keys. I can pick up, I can only play in certain keys. And so it was a opportunity. Somebody asked, an older guy asked me to be in a cover band.
Mm.
And this is like my early 20s. And in that, I never like made like that much money. I never made like a good amount as like a certain. I was like, okay, I could do this. So I got that offer and I joined the cover band, and that's what was a turning point for that next level in my life of like, okay,
Mm.
now you like, let me strengthen my skill. I was like, let me strengthen my skill. Let me be able to be better with what I play. If I'm at an open mic and I'm playing and whatnot,
Yeah.
let me, somebody just come out singing, let me be able to know how to just pick up just from musical ability and stuff. So the money was a great incentive. Now it gives like, okay, you can have a certain, like, that was back then, so it was like $100 for like 3 hours or something. And
Yeah.
when you don't ever get that, you're like, oh, word, but it's 3 hours and whatnot. And so you do that $100 or $75 or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and it may be 2 hours or something, but you could do that throughout the week, and like you can manipulate, and like if you a lot of you at the end of the week and you do like 3 gigs on the weekend, say it's just like one of those summertime booming joints, and you rack up like 6, 7, 800 on just on a weekend type joint. And so you get
Mm.
to see that, but that is just a mere factor of how long can that last if entertainment is just a secondary thing and curriculum. So that's what certain
Mm.
artists have to be able to like deal with, like saying, okay, how can I turn these financial opportunities
Opportunity.
into like a daily thing instead of waiting 3 months or 2 months somebody hit you up. And so for me, I started creating my own opportunities, yo. I would throw parties, I would throw
Mm.
my own kickbacks and stuff, throw my own parties, throw my own events. I would like lay them out, and I just started like, because I was like, man, I got tired of waiting on opportunities, yo. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I got tired of waiting on, like, I remember we got to take account to ourselves. I remember I was like, dang, man, nobody hitting me up and stuff. I should, and like, why nobody hitting me up for gigs and stuff? And I'm like, bro. So this is it's like one side right here, and the other side, why nobody doing this? And the other side, like, bro, aren't you a creator? Ain't you an inventor? Can't you do it yourself? So those would be those factors why I have to like change my hats from being like the keyboardist. Then I'll change my hat to be a coordinator. Then I'll change my hat to be a band leader and stuff like that. And so those help, those moments, like that opening moment to make me be like, oh, this could be a reality. That was the right there. Thank you, universe, God, higher power. We all call it, you know.
Yeah. Mr. Jack of all trades. And shouts out to Shark City. I appreciate you for the follow as well. And yeah, now he's nice on the organ and the drums, man. That's what's up. I appreciate that.
Hold on, okay. Thanks, man. Thanks. I mean, there, yo.
Respect. But yeah, you had to basically, not even say basically, but you had to put yourself on, because at the end of the day, waiting for those opportunities, waiting for somebody else to put you on is like, why not when I know I can put myself on?
Yeah, so some people will be like, I got an old soul and stuff. So when I'm out, and so going back to the different hats, when I'm in coordinating mode, that's a synonym for me of networking. So I'm not in retaining chords. I'm not in retaining beats and stuff. I'm more so into like, all right, let me go to this event. Let me go to that event. Let me see then from sometimes, and I want to say this too, yo. Sometimes y'all gotta be out there, yo. You gotta go to the event. Because sometimes people are thinking about you, but they might not just think of hitting you in the moment on Instagram, whatever. So when they see you, they was like, yo, so a lot of stuff like that, those happenings would be me in that networking and connecting. But like, I feel like you got to understand what networking is. Like, I feel like you got to have an open heart in being a human being. You got to be able to just take yourself to ground level. I am not better than this person. I am no less than this person. We are all equal. So if you look at a person who is a celebrity, you look at yourself as a celebrity. You celebrate yourself. So when you go talk to them, you talking eye to eye. And that's what helped me get leverage when people hit me up to do things. So I was always work for hires. Then people start hitting me up like, yo, we should partner together. You know what I'm saying? And so partnering, you know what I'm saying? You do those things like that, and you get to see who you are. And you know, don't be afraid to be yourself and saying no or saying yes along the way. Like I know sometimes it's like when you first getting on, like, or whatever, like you getting some leverage and people knowing who you are, and the opportunities feels good, but you can't take every opportunity. This is what networking is for. Networking is for you to observe and analyze the certain company in an environment that you want to be around to help enhance and further what you need. So you need to be intentional. You know what I'm saying? The skills pay the bills, so you got to keep a caring. Yeah, yes. So that's why I just wanted to put that out there along with like me saying, these points happened to me, but it was like other things that I had to like, it's cool when all these people getting to know your name, but you don't know who is who if you're not like really getting I have one-on-one conversations. Me and A.D.V.I.S. had a one-on-one conversation, not face-to-face, but no, we're in a new technologically advanced era. We're face-to-face because I see you. And we played beats together. Oh, yeah. And I wanted to build with him. I was like, yo, bro. You seem like we got this similar flavor in your wear and I was like, yo, I just wanted to build with you. And so we built Now we're here. We got an
Yes.
establishment of each other's way of how we civilize ourselves in our territory.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's where the chemistry, and just when we think of not only community or even building the idea of what unity is, we have to not only start it at home, but that just starts with, like you said, the networking and that connection. Because how can I connect with you if we ain't on the same router or had the same Wi-Fi password? How am I going to be able to connect to that network with you?
I like that. I like that. I like that. That's good.
I gotta, it's what I'm feeling from you. So what I'm saying is what I'm feeling from you, my G. So
Mhm.
with that and keeping that pushing on, and we speaking about music, sound, putting yourself on, and just the networking in general, for those again who this is their first experience of you, how would you describe your sound to the first person?
Dun, 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 the question of the day. Man, how would I?
And I got a follow up for you. You want me to add in the follow up with you?
That probably help right there.
Okay. So to follow up with it, it might make it a little more abstract, but I just want to see how we're going to go with it. So to follow up to trying to describe your sound, if you can give it a color and a shape, what would you say?
Oh man, now that's even more abstract. Woo! All right. I'm gonna just go with improvisation, feeling in the moment. I feel it will probably be a red type of energy, like that root
Mm,
chakra type,
mm,
root grounded foundation, but like the desire to like want to express sensually, seductively, all areas coming from the ground moving up. So I
yes.
feel like I like my music, I like to ascend up.
Yes.
So when I say ascend upward, I like to go in numbers. I will go from a 2 to a 3 to a flat 6. 6. I'm going upward, and you can hear the ascension because they're always. I see like I like people to dance on my joints and whatnot. So I like it's feel good, but it'll be like a reddish, but like a nice tone. Then it'll change the color to like yellowish
Mm.
in that gold like type vibe, then be green.
Ooh.
So in that will be the
No,
great, great,
look
great,
it. No,
please.
look. I'm about to know. Look it, because I don't know if you noticed, but you just described the color of your hat and what you're wearing.
Mm.
You just did.
Peace, brother Biz. What's up, bro,
What's
bro?
going on? Peace to everybody up in here.
Yo.
Yeah, you just described the color of your hat. I don't know because if it's on your mind, on your head, but that's exactly how you just described it. I
Mm.
say I like a mango color hexagon. Okay, I appreciate you, Shark. I appreciate. Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right, bro. I did just and in the moment, yo, like just honestly, like it just I like to that's so I like to explore
Mm-hmm.
different rounds of music, y'all. Like it's to me, it sounds like I know people will be like, "Oh, they got like an '80s sound. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that sounds '90s. That might sound 2000s because it will be something that will be popular." Would be like take over the vibration of the mainstream sound, so
Yes.
people start catering they sound to those instrumentations and drum patterns and things, and
Yeah.
so that makes a sound. But for me as music, when somebody say sounds 80s, it might
Yeah.
sound 60s to me because I'm listening
Mm,
to the intricacies of what something might be pulled from.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. I'm liking that, man. And I want to say this now before I forget, but I know I want to leave it more closer to when we start talking about the projects. But I have to say this now.
Yeah.
The the feel that I got from I'm trying to think of the other project you had where it's you on the front and it's the city and stuff in the background.
Yes, 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 yes.
Um, I have to say this now. You remind me of some foreign exchange you do with some of the sound elements that you use, but of course in your own twist. But I had to say that because they got some always bounce great music, and literally, man, when I'm listening to your stuff, of course, all the different projects. Yeah, he experiments with stuff. There's stuff where it's just pianos. We're going to be talking about that, but specifically that project, that's that type of feel that I got from it.
That project is called Makes Me Move. If
Move.
anybody want to find that, it's Big Torrin. I go by Big Torrin. It's called Makes Me Move. And Heavy D has said a saying on a song called We Got Our Own Thing back in the day. He said, there's always a meaning in a Heavy D statement. You know what I'm saying? And that was just something real, something. I was young. I was 17. And I was like,
Mm. Mm.
why is he saying this in this rap song, in this dance type song? And so in this life, I strive for improvement. Be your own God, follow your own movement. And so I
Yes.
always had lived by that. And that album cover has a lot of symbolisms in it itself. Like that
Mm.
was like I had to like come out with like what that album cover was. I did the photo shoot. I did that picture of that album cover. I did
Yes.
that photo shoot 5 years prior. I knew
Wow.
one day that one of those, that photo shoot that I did and dressed up, I was like, this is gonna be my one of the pictures was this was gonna be my album cover. And then I
Mm.
finally had all my songs that um I had songs, and then I had got a sickness and the illness, and I something had like happened to me, near death experience, and
Mm.
it really changed the whole trajectory of what life is and how I should move. And so that Makes Me Move was like a whole representation of like movement. Like when you are adapting to change,
Yes.
you are living. When there is no change, it's really no environment of, it's just stagnation, and it's just like to just stop right there. It just,
Yes.
so I like you see how it's up tempo.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it in the
Yeah, yeah.
background.
I play it like calmly in the background just so it can have some type of atmosphere, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, not so it doesn't overpower not only what you're saying and what's going on. But yes,
Mm-hmm.
I get we get these plays in. We get these plays in. I understand how Spotify, everybody else be trying to play us, but we get these plays in regardless. Uh, but yes. No, that's a powerful statement in what you shared.
Thank
I
you,
wish I
partner.
appreciated. These hats are amazing. We were just on point. We was ready to go because we already know there's no capping over here, but we wear them though. So
I hate that, man.
yes, there isn't. We gotta flip. We gotta flip stuff. We gotta flip stuff.
I like it, but in when it comes to like album titles or
Yeah.
singles, I really like things that's like it's straight to the, it just catches you, just like a graphic design.
Yes.
um it gotta be able to like pull you in visually, sight wise and stuff too.
Mm. There it is, y'all. I'm just saying. Just saying, man. Wow. But thank you for sharing a lot of that too, and really giving more background to that trajectory as well as the perspective of now how you approach and you see things and how you celebrate life more in that
Yes.
particular case. Now, when it comes to where we're climbing, we're doing that 2-3 and then that 6 sharp, 6 sharp, and then come in doing what we can. Um, Tell us then, because we keep saying that Big Torrin, Big Torrin, Big Torrin. Well, give us the significance of your name, and if there's any origins of names prior, may you please share that with us.
You want me to say it? Okay, I'll say it. My name, there's nobody over there for real, for real. I was just playing. I just wanted to make it seem like I was, you know what I'm saying. My name, Torrin, T-O-R, stands for Taurus, the bull.
Mm.
R-I-N, spiritual warrior, not easily persuaded, and Orion, Orion
Ryan's
for spiritual warrior, and so and strong and mighty. So in my name, that's what I am. You know, my mom named me Torrin, and so in Big Torrin, I was just called Torrin through 7th grade. And in 8th grade, it was this new girl named Marsha. She was real cool. I came real cool with her, and she would
Yeah.
always call me Big Torrin. And she was like, Big Torrin, Big Torrin. And I had lived in like a hooded area, meaning kind of like it might be volatile just because my name Big.
Yeah.
Somebody who might want to try me. And I was just not that guy. I didn't want to like fight or nothing like that. I just
Yeah.
wanted to bring people together. So calling me big in front of that, some dudes will want to be like, what he big at? I'll see what he big at, and it's doing. So
Yeah.
I was like, no, don't do that. And so it was the end of 8th grade, and my homegirl, she was like, Big Torrin. And we were sitting in class, it's like a movie. And she was sitting in front of me
Yeah.
in the class, and she was like, Big Torrin, you know, you got to do your thing, Big Torrin. And I was like, you know what, Marsha? I am Big Torrin. She's like, yeah, man, that's you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And so, and that's why so when I went to 9th grade,
Yeah.
I was known as Big Torrin. And so
Mm.
I 9th grade, I was Big Torrin. So I was like, I was free, like I would just do things spontaneously. So around that time, Mike Jones had came out.
Mm.
And Mike Jones, he would come and do. Mike Jones would do stuff like, "Who Mike Jones? Who Mike Jones?" So
Yeah.
in high school, I used to be like, "Who Big Torrin? Who Big Torrin?" And so I printed out papers in high school, and I put my name all around the school. I
Yeah.
put who Big Torrin on all the floors just to see what people do and stuff. And
Yes.
so then the next year, I heard this song by Slim Thug called, and he said something. He was like, "Song Big Boss of the North," and I like the vigorous, robust
Yes.
voice. It made me feel like, woo, that's powerful. Made me feel like, woo, 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 woo. We'll call
Yeah.
it that. But and it's just like, and so I started calling myself Big Torrin, the boss. And it's just
Mm.
crazy how like life just it stamped it by just me calling that, and then yeah. So that's a little backstory.
Yeah. Okay. Again, I see the continued trend of you're put in that position until finally you take on that position and accept it. And once you accept it, you just get opened up to so much more. That's at least the trend I'm starting to see and notice as you're speaking this, which is really dope. It means you're open.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
BT
BT.
the MFB. That means Big Torn, the
Yeah.
mother effing boss.
Yes.
Curse word.
Hey brother, do you like censor sense or do ain't nothing no holding back, man. I've had folks come on here, smoke a little something for them. Other folks come on here, be it whatever they want to do. Again, this is for you. It said Blake
Only,
taps in. Yeah.
only cuss around certain people now. Oh, what's up? What's up, boss? What's good, brother? My brother.
All right.
Hey,
Man,
I
so
love all of y'all up here, yo. I just wanted to
yes.
let y'all know, all Blake, Harvella, Dawes, Benitra, Durain, all y'all, man. Much love. Keep shine. All these people you see up here, bro.
Yes.
This is a reflection of me. Like the stuff I'm talking about.
Mm,
These people do their thing, and then they have their community. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yes, yes. Oh,
mm.
he said, I remember
Uh-oh.
that song I made, Candyland. Yeah, I had a beat around that time. Um, Trey Songz had a song out called Role Play, and I had made a beat, and Candyland was like that joint. And like I said, dude Keon, he made a song, and we would go out and perform, yo. Like we
Mm.
was performing early in the game, yo. We was performing early, yo. 7th, 8th grade, 9th grade. We tried to audition. I wish they would have let us do this, man. Like, yo, high school. So we auditioned for the pep rally.
Mm.
But the principal he wasn't for it, but the assistant principal was for it. He was black, the other one was Caucasian, and I was like, yo, and they ain't let us do it, but we was about to rock that joint, yo. And but we was persistent, like we was like we kept like yo, let's like I was like yo, come on, let's go ask them. We was ready for that. So I say to anybody, yo, like you know when you ready for that joint, yo, like I think you should practice. For me, I say practicing the piano. Like
Mm,
I'm talking about like going to play the actual piano. I can play my keyboard, but I stay practicing the piano because I like to stay sharp because the way my life works out is I'm known for being able to retain at a rapid rate. So
yes.
I need to always stay sharp. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think you should get to a point where you have to always be like, I gotta get that right. Nah, dog, like stay on it.
Mm-hmm.
Stay on it. Then you won't
Mm-hmm.
have to complain about not having certain opportunities when it comes your way. So yeah.
Facts. Facts. Speak it. Let them know. Man. So the next
Can't wait
thing I
on that,
got
bro.
for you. Yeah, oh yes, man. With being able to stay on it, be able to just feel the vibe from the room, feel the love, and really be invested in taking in all the multiple different roles and who you are.
Uh-huh. But
That's how we can look at music as well. How music has so many different avenues, different uses, as well as different purposes for how we not only grab or gravitate towards the art, but also how we hear, smell, taste, all of the senses. So,
uh-huh.
how do you use your music to have people gravitate towards the art?
Mm. So I was already we're gonna get to that question too. He asked,
Yes.
I'm gonna get to that. So I was like, how do I gravitate? First off, it started with me just like doing it, just like filling it out. And then like around the time, like I would go to open mics and I didn't feel like I had the voice to be a singer. How do I say goodbye to yesterday? I just didn't feel like I had it, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so I would I would just be scared to do that. And then one time I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play my beats, yo. So I played my beats, yo. And the
Mm,
crowd was like, yo, let me get that beat, let me get that beat. And then I was like in that center circle, I was the only one that did that at that time to just be like, yo, but I would be structured while I did it. So when they be
yeah.
like, next up we got your Big Torrin, and I'll come up and I'll be like, all right, y'all, I am a producer. I make beats and compose it, and I'm looking to like collab with artists and whatnot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play like 4 or 5 beats, short snippets of it. Then we're gonna just vibe, and then I'll start the beat, and
Yeah.
then just I like giving order and guidance so that way everybody know what's going on. And
Yes.
so that was something that people took to. They would be like, "Oh, you're the guy that made the beats." You're the guy that does those things like that, and then people, certain artists are hitting me up, and so I was like, all right, and then certain songs became like street hits in the streets,
Mm,
underground, or at the open mic in the artistic scenery, and then we'll come in, people be like, sing that song, and they'll turn out the room. You know what I'm
hmm,
saying? It's no exaggeration, like turn out the room, and people be like, do it a second time. Like they'll scream encore.
mm.
And so I was seeing that like when I used to look at Teddy Riley, Devontae Swing from Jodeci,
Oh.
Eric B. From Eric B. and Rakim, Pete Rock, I felt like I had like a touch with the grooves. I got the movements to make people feel it some way. But I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I then started through the years getting into myself and
Yeah.
whatnot, self healing and self evaluating and knowledge of self. and learning about my astrological sign, learning about my chakras inside, learning about the frequencies that align and stuff. Then I was like, okay, I'm doing this with the music, but I didn't know that I was doing this. So then I started incorporating the knowledge with the music and things of that
Mm,
sort because I started moving intentionally. So that's when you look at the album titles that I have out is
yes.
like I said in the beginning of this interview, I said Heavy D said there's always a meaning in a Heavy D statement. There's
Yeah.
always a meaning in a Big Torrin statement. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And
Yes.
so from makes me move, that's the activity of your body. That's how you live. You get healing when you dance. You ever be out at a bar somewhere or a DJ playing and you with your best friend or somebody and y'all just like, oh, and you
Yep.
feel so euphoric in the moment. Everything is just this enlightenment of like, yo, I wish we could do this every day. You go home, feel good the next day and stuff like that. And so I wanted that album to be that. Then I'll release my next album called Moving with Thought. And that was about the
Mm,
movement, but also in the mindset. So in the mind, you are able to be on autopilot while you let your body get the rest that it needs. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I like
Mm,
to correlate the ones after that. Then the one after that one is called peaceful movement. So now you're at peace with your movement. You're not just doing sporadic movement. You're just not just doing, you're moving with intentions. Because when you're
yes.
moving with thought, now you can be at peace because you know how you move. And so then, I came with more stuff. Then I got to calm and relax.
Like.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's like now I'm peaceful with my movement, but now I can be calm and relaxed. Hold on, when I tell
Mm,
you, you got to say, thank you,
that's
bro.
beautiful. That's
Yeah.
dope, man.
Mm,
Yes. Awareness is key. And once you become aware to it, you get enveloped into it even more, which again, then it starts to you use it as that fuel to then
mm,
guide where else you want to go with those movements or those groovements. Shout outs to groovement.
movement.
Shout outs to groovement.
Oh yeah.
Man, but man, yeah, man, I literally connect with that as well too, because it's important to because we know that's what music really is. I know there's the sayings I keep on forgetting specifically who feels Bob Marley or a few other folks, but I remember Big Wax, or I should say Wax, also was saying it on one of his songs too. It says like when the music hits you, you feel no pain. Like
Mm-hmm.
it
Yeah.
it 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 comes to a point that that's what not only music's there for is to give you that feeling, but from that feeling use your thought then to be like, okay, what am I going to do with this feeling that I have inside of me? Am I just going to stand there and be stagnant, not let anything do, and just let that movement pass me by? Or I'm going to take that energy, that frequency and movement with me to either create or to connect or to build or to just be in the moment.
Yes. Yes. And also, every individual is different. So
Yes.
one may not have been able to be taught those things, or I wasn't, it wasn't like a teaching thing. It was just like I just decided to do it. And so in that it inspired other people to want to do that and around that. So I started meeting people that was just like doing that. But it's like sometimes like for the people who might be scared, you gotta find the damn wet moments. Sometimes I
Yes.
used to, so as you're talking about these moments that would happen that would like shift my reality and my
Yes.
perspective lens, there would be people that would see me on stage or see what I'm doing in the area or whatnot. And early in the day when I'm like early 20s, late teens or something, mid 20s, they would talk to me, but I never had a conversation. They would say things to me that would be like, yo, you gotta, watch your energy. Make sure who you're
Mm,
around. You know what I'm saying? Like you putting out a lot of energy for people doing. If you're producing, you're making beats for other people. You're doing a lot of stuff for other people's existence. So I
yes.
would get those little moments where the universe, God would send me people that I'm like, dang, I don't know this nigga from nowhere. Excuse me if anybody don't like the word nigga, but I don't know this person from nowhere, and I just received a message that I was feeling inside.
Yeah.
So that's the times as when those are happening with you, you gotta know how to intake those analyzations. Like if something that you were thinking happens with
Yes.
somebody that you don't know, then that was a message. Don't look at the messenger, look at the message. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
so look at the message, what's being taught and said to you. And sometimes I would see it years later because I don't know what they're talking about in the moment, but then it'll soon reveal itself. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
And shouts out to everybody again that's in here, either if you're sharing a live with folks or coming in to say peace, as well as following. We highly appreciate you spending time with us and adding your energy here into this infectious energy that we are calling more interviews right now. So thank y'all for being
Thank
tuned
you,
in.
bro. Appreciate that,
Yes.
man.
Yes, man. Now, speaking of that and being able to grab and hold in that energy and person to person be able to utilize that, how would you right now, where you are currently, describe your path as an artist? Like what has been some of the accomplishments, the hurdles you've had to overcome, and some of the trials?
There's a song by LTD. They be like, holding on, is there any love in the house tonight?
Mm.
I'm just saying that, like, there are times with like entertainment, music, being an artist, there are ups and downs, which makes the process just like like a ride. And so
Mm.
it's like when I'm me saying like just speaking in the moment, I might not say this 10 years when I find it, but in the moment it's like I'm still holding on. You know what I'm saying? I'm still holding on, man,
Hmm.
through these years, through this time. Like I said, man, life changes.
Yes.
So me doing what I'm doing, especially in the area where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? It's in my area in Virginia, and sometimes, you know, you might not see the opportunity of seeing a label or certain things to say, okay, I can see the light of
Hmm.
being in your area. So you might have to go to New York. You might have to go to Texas. You might have to go to LA. You might have to do something to like give you a spark of that. So holding on in that creative bracket is like create like me doing certain things. Like I open up for by grace by a guy that I beatbox, but I
Mm.
opened up for Rakim and Big Daddy Kane.
Mm.
And so, how has that journey been? That goes back. I used to be beatboxing when I told you I used to beat on the table. I would
Yes.
beatbox. I would like, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't beatbox try to learn the technique. I just love setting a groove. You know what I'm saying? And so
Woo.
I used to sit and watch. I used to sit and try to learn how to change up my snare for like to get a rock snare. It was a group called the Fat Boys, and one of the Fat Boys, he would do his snare like, and I would sit there for like 3 hours trying to learn how to do that. So I didn't, you know, even see anything in return in that reward. Then it just came back around when I would be asked, yo, can you beatbox? I'll pay you to beatbox and stuff like that. And so I'm in front of sold out crowds, sold out shows, opening up for Big Daddy,
Yes.
Kane, Rakim, Method Man, Ghostface
Mm.
Killer, AZ,
Ooh.
Raekwon, you know, Avery Sunshine. You
Oh.
know, got to meet Jazzy Jeff and stay at his crib for a week and make
What?
music. And so it's I don't post a lot of those. I know a lot of people like to post those moments where like, oh, I met this person, I got to be with that person. I'm
Yeah.
more so like the networking, to go back into it, that networking, you build relationships. Sometimes it ain't about showing like, yo, I'm not the type that would be like, oh, yo, DJ Jazz Jeff, that's my uncle. And we don't even talk like that. He
Yeah.
knows my name. We got to chill. We vibe. He welcomed me in his house. I love him and his wife and his son Amir and his other children, like, and the people I met at that experience. But when I was being there, I was like, I still didn't try to rely on DJ Jazzy Jeff, me being on the album with him, to
Yeah.
change my world. I'm not leaning on a celebrity to do that for me. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? So I would have those experiences through this artistic journey to keep building me to where I am now, you know?
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. That's beautiful. And speaking of that, two things. I know you said it a bit, and I see in the comments it says staying consistent and being able to not only rely on yourself, but put yourself in that spot to know that you are here to be alongside. It is not, I cannot do without this person, is that I can also do this on my own, but the collaboration and connection is, the important piece of that, to get that formula going. So the two things I have for you is, what lessons have you learned so far on this path? And what's your next movement on this path?
Man. Okay. Through the journey, you meet, well, for me, my journey, I encountered, like, so when you're getting this notoriety, these people, all these people, you set an intention. Oh, I want everybody to know my name. I want, wherever I go, this is what it is. So you
Yeah.
got to just understand what that comes with, So that doesn't mean everybody is going to be for you.
Yeah.
So as you are intentional, you might have a frequency where it just attracts intentional people. That doesn't mean they have the best intention for you.
Yeah.
So in those meeting times where I would have a person that would be so-called like, yo, you the one, man. Let me train you. Let me put you on with Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
Let me show you these ropes. And man, and so I had like a couple of people that was like 3 people that like wanted to like invest in me, but I always took my time with that, yo. If a
Mm.
person talking about, yo, I'm gonna put up $10,000 for you, we're gonna go over to LA, we're gonna meet with the best lawyers, we know how to get the song to #1. I'm like, okay, but what do you want? What do you want out of that? So that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
If you're in that motion and you receiving that, don't be afraid to say no. Don't just jump right in. So like, and this is just me on a ground level. Like it was just, these are the things I met in my just meeting, and people like, yo, let me pay for that for you, let
Yeah.
me do this for you, don't worry about it. And and so I'm like, okay, what's that energy right there? So it sounds good, it feels good, it's cool, but you got to just be aware of what you put out. If you are saying I want this type of attention, just know what it comes with a lot in
Yes.
that. It's not a bad thing. These people that did certain stuff, they weren't bad. They
Yeah.
weren't bad people. They were just in an intention, but it just wasn't for my best intention because I already knew what I wanted. And so
Yes.
that would be something that I learned, so that way I'm not just being a person that'll just be like, somebody hit me up, be like, oh, we can get torn anywhere. Man, I'm exclusive, man. You like to get me. I like to do my thing. So you got to get me. You got to come correct, yo. You got to
Yeah.
come with the details. Like, I always ask this for anybody, yo. Please, as a musician, us professional musicians have the location,
Mm-hmm.
the date and
Yeah.
time, the theme of the event, and
Yes.
what songs is going to be learned. Like, have those 3-4 things already. Like, and that's going to help all of us communicate better. Like,
Yes.
communicate effectively. So those are the things, that's like the things that made me grow into being like, okay, let me set my price. Let me do that because I ended up playing funerals, playing weddings where I supposed to only did 45 minutes. Now it's 2 hours late and stuff.
Yeah.
And you sitting there in this environment. And now you're thinking about what is my worth, yo?
Yeah.
Who am I? And so I used to think about this. Am I going to be doing this for the next 5 years?
Hmm.
Whatever I was doing, whenever I started performing, I used to be like, how am I going to do? I feel like I'm going to be doing this. And that's when I would like start trying to tweak certain stuff, yo.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
On that path, you learned that progress. You learned you went left that time and noticed that maybe left this time didn't really work. So when you get back to the middle path again, you might go to the right or you might go straight forward just because of the fact that you make those improvements.
Mm.
And you notice that the keys I'm seeing here is not only just the connections, though, but it's the awareness as well as the confidence in knowing your worth.
Hey, he look what he just said as you were saying that. That,
Hey,
but
go ahead.
that's the synergy.
Yes,
It was y'all were saying it, thinking it simultaneously. So when you're moving in intentional spaces, that's
yes.
what happens. You start meeting those frequencies and people that's aligned with you. So as I
Hmm.
kept being out, I just want to put this in there too. I
Yes,
started weeding out certain energies, yo. Like the people, so it was like I had like different brackets of people. You have
yes,
some people that when you see they call and stuff, they're hitting you up last minute. Is the day before, it's 2 days before. Then you have the people they'll hit you up 6 months in advance. They move precise. They got everything. They got the check and all that stuff. Then you got some people where they're in the in between zone. They
yeah,
got a little sporadic points, but they're gonna be reaching, trying to get to that point. So I started weeding out those last minute joints and those things where I was like, well, I had to question my worth. Let's just
yes.
put it like that. I started
Hmm.
weeding out that, and I had risen up. Like I was at a certain point, I wanted to be known as a beat maker. I got known as a beat maker, so I moved on. So I did as a keyboardist, as a pianist. I got that, and I started moving on. And I was like, man, I don't want to be just an open mic dude, just playing people music, man. So I started like when people booked me, I started
Yeah,
doing my original music, and I was like, yo, y'all want me to do cover songs? I will, but
yeah,
I'm my own artist. So, and
yes,
if you come correct, if the money, if you have to compromise, if you're
yeah,
gonna do those aspects, where you're gonna do cover songs, make sure the covers is like, make sure you come correct. But if you're gonna do the originals, make sure that
yes,
fits in with the stuff to make people go. So I got dance music, you know what I'm saying, to make people feel good. So you stay and you always stay focused on your why. Why am I
mm,
doing this? Always stay focused on your why, then the what's, the hows. Because I couldn't have said 5 years ago, oh yeah, Universe gonna send me a guy named A.D.V.I.S.S and I'm gonna be on the Instagram with him. He gonna connect me to his. I didn't know this was how it's gonna be,
yeah,
but I wanted to be spread out to other networks in other states and facilities, which you are in LA.
yes.
And yo, I want to shout out my what's up?
Shout
Rose
outs to
Gold,
everybody that's
CJ,
rolling in
what's
here.
good? AKA, well, yo, what's good? All y'all, Vontae, yo, peace and love, yo. Hey
Mm,
yo, this my man's right here, yo. He over in
yes.
LA and he has me on his interview. And the M.O.O.R. stands for
Memoirs of our real experiences. So it's more interviews, y'all. Yes. So you can
Wow.
learn more about the person and more to come.
Just
Play
wanted
on
to
words.
just wanted to plug that in. So
Oh yeah, we're all good. And again, if y'all don't know who this is, by the way, either this is Big Torrin, Big Muck and Torrin, the boss. You can go see and catch this brother everywhere on all music platforms, whichever is to your liking. And please go check him out as well as follow here on Instagram. Do all those wonderful things. At Big Torrin. Do it.
thank
I
you,
dare you.
thank you. I
um,
appreciate that.
Speaking of that, brother, and learning and getting up from these levels and progressing as you stated way back when with how you use the numbers of the 2, 3, and just slowly, if not more so, just moving upward with the crescendos.
Mm-hmm.
How, or I should say, share with us what is your creative process like? How do you get into your workflow?
Okay. Thank you for asking that question. That's a
Mm-hmm.
great that's a great question for artists and stuff. So I with the things that I went through earlier saying I played drums first.
Yes.
And I transitioned over to making beats. Then I started learning keys. So I
Mm-hmm.
started making beats first. Then I started playing keys. And so while doing that, I was performing. So I learned different elements. So when I go
Yes.
and sit down, I think about certain elements, like certain
Mm.
songs. Like if I'm making a beat or something, and then a hook or a melody comes in my head, I would just be like, yo, that's it. And I would lay down a hook over top or whatever, how much of the beat I got. So
Mm.
I'm creating simultaneously. So it's kind of like a intricacy of like just merging together lyrics and words where it just fit right and stuff like that. And so then I would like express my ideas outward, you know what I'm saying? And then I say what I feel,
Hmm.
and I'll say, and then I'll go back and refine it and edit it, and that's how I would do it, man. I'll just release each process one by one, just like this is what I'm feeling. But
Yes.
I'm at a level where I know how to play as well, so
Yeah.
I know what sonics and sounds I can hear. So I trained my ear to be able to listen to something,
Mm-hmm.
and then I can hear it, and then I can just go on a piano and find the number system and I can play it.
Yes.
So I trained my ear for that, you know? So that was something that's a part of my that helps me to create. So when I make a beat now, I can
Mm-hmm.
create something in 5 minutes
Mm.
without having to sample or anything. I can just create something in 5 minutes of a chord, a bass, drum pad, drum beat, and what a string or something like that. And it's
Okay.
like it can sound like you can make it in 20 minutes or 30, but I made it in 5 because all music is recycling, yo. You know, you
Mm.
just manipulating a chord or an intricate note and just changing it around. And once you start dabbling and seeing other genres and stuff,
Yeah.
you are able to formulate your own style. And I think I feel like I figured it out in my theory. Your
Mm.
own style is the rhythm.
Mm.
Your rhythm, like how I play, people say to me like they can tell it's me when I'm playing. Cause I like big band swing and jazz music and like hip hop.
Yeah.
And then I got in tune with blues and gospel and stuff like that. So I the piano is a percussion instrument, yo. It's a
Mm.
percussion instrument. So you hit it like you're playing the drums. The organ is a woodwind instrument. It has to be blown into and to create, but it changes the dynamics of the sound. So when playing the piano, I can and stuff like that.
Mm.
So that's what helps me create the environment of just exploring the rhythm.
Wow.
Oh, let
Yes.
me give you a
Please
little
do.
example, yo. Let me give you
Please
my
do.
I got my
You said
keys. I
something
got my
right there.
keys right here.
Exactly, Morton. Exactly. Yes.
Uh, so I'm gonna just do so like
Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you get what I'm saying, yo. So that's a rhythm.
Y'all just got a nice treat right there, man. Wow, man. That was dope. You just already got me already. Like, I was thinking of the drums in my head from you doing all
What
of that.
type of drums you would have did, bro?
For me, I'm always my kick snare, hi-hats, and then I started liking to do a lot more shakers now. So like I like to use the shakers almost like my hi-hats a bit. So then it gets the it's almost like giving a bit of the bounce, like how I have it on some of my stuff is that's how I feel. But go ahead.
I feel like with shakers, it leaves a little bit more room to add on top of that too. Because if the shakers is like a very open sound, a hi-hat is like a distinctive, you
Yes.
know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can build a lot on that. Hey, shout out to my brother Timmy P. He with the
Yeah.
engineering that you hear on this that album makes me move. He
Yes.
is the engineer of that album. Yep. Shout
Shouts
out to
out to
him.
you,
Yeah.
man. Well, okay. With that, before we hop into doing and talking about these projects, which again,
Uh-huh.
thank y'all for everybody being here and thank y'all for taking the time to be listening and hearing, the perspectives and the journey from this brother, learning about his memoirs and experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I want to move to a quick segment or a segment I like to call fun questions. They're fun questions to me, but
Uh-huh.
may not be fun questions to y'all, but hopefully at the same time, you guys somehow dig and vibe with it some way. So this is for everybody too. So not only just for Big Torrin, I'm gonna be sending these questions to him. If y'all want to join along with the questions too, please put them down in the comments so we can all just, again, add to this. Because at the end of the day, man, this is a collaborative thing. So we're
Okay.
connecting together.
All
So
right.
yeah, it's a fun question. It's just a few. It's just a few. It's not that
All
many.
right.
And then we right back into
I
it.
ain't even know we was doing this. Let's go.
All right. All right. So first one, I always like to do a would you rather. So I got a would you rather first. So listen up, y'all. Listen, everybody, all y'all, even those who's gonna be watching this later on Instagram and YouTube when I get there. Listen. All right. Would you rather be stuck in space, floating endlessly until the next space launch, or be lost in a forest with no idea what's there, but have the survival skills to get out eventually? So, would you rather be stuck in space, floating until the next launch, or would you rather be in a forest, not knowing what's there, but having the survival skills to get out?
I think I'm going with Forrest. That was
Mm.
sounds like the. I never even been to space.
I just again with these questions sometimes I
No,
just
no, no, no.
throw
I
them
know. I
there. But
get.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm like, dang. What if you are just floating? Like, oh, it ain't even that bad out here. I get it.
some say that's the vastness of the bottom of the sea reminds folks of the vastness of space. But again, who am I to know? I have not been able to go those places, so
Y'all people. No.
yeah. But yeah, I dig that. I dig that. That's for everybody else too. If you feel it, you gonna be in
Oh man.
space or y'all gonna be in the forest and eventually get out. That's on y'all.
Mm.
Um,
Somebody gonna be like, dang, I should have chose the Forest, man. God dang.
yeah. They was like, I like the space. Yeah, I need some space. I want my space. Let me get my space real quick. Real quick, another one. Would you rather build or destroy?
Can I have both?
Let's see how you explain it. How would you explain having both?
Um,
For is with the survival skills. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I would rather, because in Supreme Mathematics, 8 is build dash destroy or slash destroy, but it's not build and destroy. So it's a difference in between build destroy. Um, I know I like a building. That's a part of my heritage and stuff like that. Building things and making communities. But I also want to have the capabilities to know when to destroy. And if I have to destroy to make something, build something new,
Yes.
I'm going to destroy the best that I can be, the best destroyer. It might be, a new
Yeah.
superhero, the destroyer of goodness. Oh no, no, no!
Yes.
I don't want to take away goodness.
Yes.
In
Yes.
order to build,
Build
one must
one must
destroy.
destroy.
Yeah, that's what
Yes.
I'm saying. Like I can't just be one.
Yeah. I
Hey
look,
man,
look.
you didn't turn out the stuff we had before. Oh yeah, you right, man. You know,
Yeah.
I'm doing
Again,
voices.
oh no, brother, please, please. All is welcome, please. All is welcome. Yeah, I just wanted to see because basically that was my thoughts exactly with this stuff. So that was that little
Mm.
quick, either build or destroy, knowing that they're basically one and the same intertwined. Whether for you to do this, the other has to come and proceed. I keep laughing at the voices. Um Speaking of laughing and being funny,
Mm. Yeah,
give and this everybody too.
yeah.
Give one funny memory that still makes you smile to this day.
Oh man, one funny memory that makes me smile to this day. One funny memory that makes me smile to this day. All right, I know this is gonna be up here, but me and my brother, my blood brother, here, a year older than me, and
Yes.
I don't know what I got this. I did a fix like that, and me and my brother would do that joint, and it will always be funny. But that's why. So I ain't gonna waste no time. That was just a funny face. Or no, I seen a guy that had his joint was like this, his
Yeah.
eyes were like them, and I was like, dang, what if I put my joints like this?
How old was you? You just was just
Oh no, it's like
spontaneous.
12 or 11, and it was just funny. Like it was like 13. So yeah.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Exactly.
Hey man,
Yes.
please don't do no memes of my face for the future. If
Oh
somebody see this in the
no,
future,
nobody. Don't do that.
no, I'm
Okay.
playing. Please do. That'd be cool.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you for
Mm.
asking that question, bro. We need some humor in this life, man. The
Yeah.
world's getting hard, man.
You got, bruh. One of the best medicines. Shouts out to Dick Gregory. So much love and respect to him and his son. But yeah, I always remember that, laughter being one of those medicines. Like, please, like the balance.
Mm,
So the next thing I got for you, and I
mm.
do this a lot. So this is gonna be a finish this line. So everybody, same thing. So you're gonna finish this line. I'm gonna give you a line, and you finish it however you want to. Okay?
I love these.
Yes. So finish this line. Magazines and memories never.
Understand one another.
Mm. Ooh.
It just comes from the mind, you know. What God's word for me.
Yeah.
I would like to see what somebody else is saying too, though.
That
Uh,
was fire. No, magazines and memories never. Wow, bro. That's fire. Never want to
uh,
understand and know each other because magazines is something that's printing. Your memories is something you've had before. They won't link up because one is, now that they're both made and created, but one is subjected to you and the other is from what you're seeing from the outside. That's fire, bro. That's fire. That's fire. That's fire. That's my one run around on that. I like that. That was fire,
okay, okay,
man.
let's go.
Yes. Now, and it's the last one. Again, I do these real short. We don't do too many of them. But the last one I got for you, and this is a scenario. So, how you would put yourself within this particular environment? What would you do? So, since we're still talking about music and
Yes.
community and the
Uh-huh.
connections and the
Right.
network, if you had the opportunity
Mm-hmm.
to create a world music festival with unlimited budget, so it don't matter, money don't matter, who would be on the lineup? Where would it be? What would be the theme? Multiple genres, etc.
Who would be on the lineup? What would it be?
So where
And
would it be? So
where
like
would
where
it
would
be?
you have it?
And what was the third one?
And what would be the theme if you had an overall theme?
Okay. Who would be on the lineup? Uh, there's going to be a nice portion of people who I feel that I'm not going to name them names from my area. I'm just going to name a nice portion of people who have music that are performance ready to take on that aspect to perform on this stage, and that will be a segment of like people that's uh, a local talent in area.
Yeah.
Then from that, I would have oh man, I would definitely have 21. Can you do something? But man, I don't know. But 21. Savage. I was just saying. No, that was a joke. It was a joke, but I do rock with it.
uh,
But it would be a group called the Drumheads with Chris Dave, like Robert Glasper. Chris Dave,
okay.
he's a drummer. I would have Ty Tribbett up there.
Ooh.
I would
Okay.
have I would have what you call it, Brandy. I gotta have my man Chris Breezy up there.
Okay.
I gotta have a dude named Burna Boy that would be up
Ooh.
there. I would have Masego up there,
Mm.
drum, and
Okay.
yeah, and I would have where it would be. I'm gonna just name those right now because I feel
Yeah,
like
for now. Yeah.
that's for now.
There's so many more.
Yeah,
So
I was
anybody, he
yeah.
didn't leave it. He's not leaving.
Yeah.
Not trying to leave anybody out again. This is just in the moment.
Don't cry. Just and so I would have it, man. I would have it on a beach, yo. I would have it on a beach. They did something called Something in the Water for Rail in
Ooh.
Virginia and Virginia Beach. It was a thing called Something in the Water, and that just was on the beach. And that water energy, just it being by water, just is, our body is a high percentage of water itself.
Yes.
So being by that water, but I don't know the particular beach, but it'll be a beach where it's not gonna rain and stuff like that. And so and it would be there, and I would have like meditation
Mm.
spots. I would have like bluegrass. I would have blues. I would have Latin, samba, salsa. It'll be just like a multitude house music, dance
Ooh.
music, hip hop, jazz, soul. I would have all those things, but in different brackets. So that way, if you want to go here, I would have it in
Mm-hmm.
different segments. One stage would be soul, jazz, jazz, hip hop. Another one would be like the straight, like hip hop, rap, and stuff like that. Another one would be house music and stuff. And so you're
Mm.
in the walkway and everything. It would be so synergized to where you ain't got to be like, oh, excuse me, oh, hey man, you stepped on my J's. So you ain't
Yeah.
got to do none of that. It could just be literally a great synergy of walking and
Mm.
whatnot, and you'll be able to get there through even you want to it'll be, don't you know those things when you go through in the airport when
Important. Yeah.
it's like
Okay.
moving along. I would have that out there because that way you ain't gotta walk a long way and whatnot, and it will be like in that it would be tent like tents and stuff, like you could walk past, like cooler tents where you go cool out, chill out, you know what I'm saying? If you want to blow it down, you want to drink, you want to do whatever, you could
Yeah.
do all that and be at ease and with
Mm.
money and whatnot. And the security will be like aligned with the security will be there for the necessary reasons and purposes,
Yes.
and a lot of people will make a lot of money that day. So I just want to
Mm.
give that. Thank you for letting me say that out.
Yeah, that was
Universe,
pretty fire. That
you
was
hear
pretty
me, don't
fire.
you?
That was pretty fire. That's why I was asking. I was like, that's pretty fire. We'll leave the theme to, be discovered later
Yeah.
on. We don't want nobody getting any ideas from what's being said today.
Hey,
But
he just
yes,
said
he
what
said
thing?
what theme? Yeah, I knew it. I was gonna say that's up to the brother Big
Coley.
Torrin. It's up to him.
Hey, the thing, no, because So I was born on a degree mathematical point on June 16th. So my adaptation of my mind lets me connect with multiple rounds of people. I'm just
Yes.
not one bracket of people, one bracket of culture, one bracket of ethnicity. So my theme would be like a vast, maybe in that, maybe in another parallel, I went out to space and that next space launch got me and I came and I called it open vast space. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And so it
Mm.
would just be all things.
Mm.
Yes, it was. Yeah, that yeah. I know. I said a smoker's tent. Yeah, but that would be included in the tent where you can cool out. It would be like multiple. It would be like a it would be like a yoga where you could just in festivals where you gotta like it's a lot of energy. Some people are empaths, so they can
Yes.
feel other people's energy. They gotta find a way to like get free. Introverts and stuff. It would be
Yeah.
spots where you can meditate and like uh clear your mind and like just sit, and I'll have it where it's screen TVs and stuff. You like if you want to I'll have like a game station for people. I have a
Ooh.
joint where people play basketball. It'll be flag football, niggas play like frisbee and stuff like that. Like, and then I have like where it can be like teaching surfboard on the beach and stuff too. Yeah.
Man,
Wow.
this festival sound like this will almost be almost a 3, 4, almost a week long thing
Yeah.
from almost
Yeah.
how it sounded. But man, that is dope. That's amazing. And who knows? Who knows the
And this
vastness?
is being recorded, and then it should be on the open vast space, right?
Yes.
And see how I said that as is, you
Yep.
know.
Being said right there again for us too. The space that is far between us right now, what we created.
ODS fest.
Wow.
Where
I
it's
think it's
like
just being,
boom.
yeah, it's where it's being created. My goodness, that's dope.
Hey, maybe
Okay,
man, you could do that, bro.
OVS,
And
man. Woo! You never know. Never know. Oh
man, I want
man,
to
that's
thank you
fire.
for these questions too, man. Sometimes if you're not asked certain things, you
Yeah.
might not know what you can think out. You don't know what your creation can be, and that going back to there would be people that's older than me that would ask me questions. One
Mm-hmm.
time last year, a guy had he was like, man, I see you do a lot. He's like, you're a big piece of the puzzle. He asked me, he said, what do you see yourself? And I said, man, I see myself, doing performing, giving and making some money. He's like, yeah, but what and helping people get on. And I was like, doing charity. He's like, but yeah, what do you see for yourself? And I was like, man, just having a center where I can just help people. And he was like, yeah, but that's well and good. What do you see for yourself? He was like, what do you see? What does your bank account look like? And I was like,
Mm,
millions at this disposal. And he was like, okay, what does walking in your house look like? What does your car look like? What does certain
mm,
things look like? What does that look like to you? And we think about like, oh, I want to do this for other people, other that. But it's like, what does it look like when you're doing that, when you're going home? What does
yes.
it look like when you're sitting down in front of your environment and whatnot? So certain questions like that brings out, like, speak it out,
Yes.
speak over yourself, encourage yourself.
Yes. We're the mind is such a powerful thing as well as the subconscious mind. And the more that we train, we visualize, and we put ourselves in that space to be able to prepare ourselves when we think, okay, we're not there, the
Hmm.
opportunity comes and presents itself. We'll have that confidence and awareness to be like, this is why it's been set here. I'm going to take this on. This is what it is. And let's see what comes from it.
I got to shout out my man's Morgan group right here. His name
Yeah.
is Rain. He goes to my church. He's been a big factor of like realness, like real, like yo, like the last as like stuff you're saying to me, like it's springing
Yes.
forth. He's been a big encouragement. Like yo, I see you doing this. I see you at Rakim, the Daddy Kane show. And well, here's what you can do. He was like, yo, you don't want to be that person that's 40 years old saying you rapping, but you ain't got nothing to show for it. He would say these things to me. You get what I'm saying? And
Mm,
like those things make you think. You know what I'm saying? I'm at an age now where me saying, yo, check out this beat. I'm at an age where I'm like, yo, I wanna do something. Like we can put this on a single. We can
Yes.
go perform this song. This
Yes.
song can make us money. Like I'm at that point in my world. So me just being like, hey man, let's just play a beat for me. Like that's cool. I love that. I do a thing called the Producers Lounge
Yes.
where I gather all the producers and we just play each other beats. It's not a beat battle. It's not a beat competition. It's to come together and play each other's beats and stuff. So you need that camaraderie to like explore and stuff, but at a certain time you want to start saying like, okay, like what is this beat doing for me? What
Mm-hmm.
is what is this fire song doing for me? What is
Yes.
this fire hook that everybody keeps saying is do? Like what is it? What is it? What am I gonna do with it? So yeah, those be coming on as an artist and whatnot. But it's okay.
Gems.
You need to ask yourself, what am I doing with this? It's like I think 5 years ago, if I'm doing the same stuff I was doing 5 years
5 years
ago,
ago.
I'd be like, man, what's up, yo?
Yeah.
I'd be like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? So, as that happens, we are able to like ask ourselves questions and like see what we want to do in taking up that next step. And it's okay if you feel down, and I think it's good to. I used to run away from feeling down and low. I used
Mm,
to always want to feel good, always want to feel happy and high and hype and stuff. And then when I experienced that near death situation, I felt the lowest of low. And I was like, I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk, I couldn't you know what I'm saying? I got low
mm,
in life. I was on dialysis. I got low. I got to the rock bottom, and in that, I I was like, I used to cry after that near death experience, and
yeah.
people call that PTSD.
PSD.
Yeah, and so I never experienced that. I never experienced hearing something. It triggers a memory. So now I'm thinking, and then this thought gets me thinking. And I'm like, now I'm back in that place where I couldn't do. And now I'm like, my body gets in this reaction and I just break down crying. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and so I'm thinking things ain't going the way life should be. And my body goes back to that moment. And so
Mm,
I was able to feel down. I couldn't run away from it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So once I was able to feel the down and the low, now I can be able to move in my high. Like when that high is there, instead of just like winging it. Marcus Garvey said, I'm gonna paraphrase. Marcus Garvey is like, you can only move by chance. One or two chances gonna happen one or two times. But for a
Mm,
man to live off chance is not a good thing. It's not just that you gotta have a plan. You gotta be intentional and whatnot. And so I felt the
mm,
low and I felt the high. So I started moving. I was like, okay, this is like I used to. I got to a point where I started following my intuition to like if like I'll ride my bike somewhere and the bike would be like my mind would be like today go left, and I'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna go left, but I'll normally go right because that
yeah.
would be the quicker way home or something like that. So I go left and come to see it's a train coming. So if I would have went right, I would have got stopped by the train. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Small, intricate parts where your instinct and intuition, it heightens during your life. And when it
Mm,
heightens, you got to know exactly when to start trusting yourself. Like, okay, when you're younger, you see it, but eventually you got to know, like, yo, your gut instinct is right, yo. You got to
yeah.
know that. You can't live by thinking like, oh, maybe no, your instinct, your intuition will guide you to the right direction, yo. So that's how I started moving. I started like when I was be playing at church or something, and playing the organ, and
Yeah.
after the near-death experience, they'll ask me to say something because I was like a modern day miracle. Like
Mm.
my near-death experience was like, if I was at a 9.8 if 10 was death. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? And so with that, I took that near-death experience to harness, like, I just look at life different now. Like I'm not afraid of death, and death is nothing you should be scared of. I don't think you should look at death as like, I think what happens is you don't fulfill what you're trying to do, your thoughts and your energy. That's when death starts to feel like, oh no, I didn't do. But if you just acting on, you living, adapting to that change, you will adapt and you will look at like death as a trend. And death is a word that we just use. It's just
Use.
you know what I'm saying? That don't mean you. I literally died and had a rebirth, yo, and came back like, yo, man,
Mm.
I had to learn how to walk again, dog. Yo, that was crazy. Yo,
Yeah.
to
Look
listen,
at.
yo, to to be able to do this, to be able to grab my beer. This is a blessing.
Mm.
This is to take off my head, to just get up like that. It's a blessing. I had to have rehab to learn how to push myself up to get up. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm.
had to learn how to count to three. 1, 2, 3. I can't do it. Boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we get out of bed, we walk. It's nothing. It's nothing because it's habitual. But if that jank is taken,
Yeah.
boy, oh boy, that's a whole nother world. So I was able to experience that. And I always say, universe, please, I got the sign. So you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to go through something like that again, but it's like that was what I had to go through. So sometimes, you know, some people got to look at what somebody else.
Yeah.
You don't have to go through a near-death experience. You can
Yeah.
look at me and say, "Woo, that was." Let me tighten up. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
In whatever area. So I just wanted to say that, man. You know, it's a wonderful thing. Like I couldn't hold my phone. I couldn't hold. I couldn't. I used to. You see how
Yep.
my phone I had to hold my phone, and I had like a 6-second window before it got too heavy. So
Mm.
that was a part of my life at one time. And
Yes.
so to be free, then to have all that taken away, you get to see like, man, if I can get up and walk, if I can get up out the bed, I can go here. I can go here. I can go there. So it's just like, what are you going to look at as your point of view of like what it's going to take
Mm.
for you? And yeah, so that was what it took. It didn't take that. I was already on that path, but it was
Yes.
just like, and it just like came so quickly and rapidly. Yeah.
Man. So much wisdom, so much knowledge and experience shared right there, y'all. And thank you for just the openness and that message, because it's important. Like the brother right there said, we take things for granted. It's always reminding ourselves of not only the privileges and, like you were saying, the blessings and the things that we do have, and making sure that we not only cherish those things, but we use those things to help motivate us towards what needs to be done for ourselves. And it's okay if you fall down. Guess what? Just like Aaliyah said, and also shouts out to Elzai, man, if you fall down 7, we're going to get back up the 8th time, and we're going to keep it moving, because not only is life one of our biggest teachers, tragedy, all these different things will help teach us. It's just how are we going to move and learn our lesson from that? So, yeah. You still there, brother?
Uh, yeah, I'm still here. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. We're
You
just
got
making
me?
sure because I saw it peeped out. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. let's keep moving before, and if like I appreciate it. I'm loving this back and forth. So and thank y'all who are still here too with us, man. If y'all have any questions, we're getting to the last bit of the interview. So
Yeah.
please throw them in as you can. But thank you for that, brother. It needed to be said. So
Con.
speaking of the projects in the music and capturing the moment just
Uh-huh.
off of calm and relax. I swear these songs sometimes come up at the right times when I'm about to just get
Mm.
into my segues.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit. Let's tell us a bit about. We'll go with the first one. A bit about calm and relax. Tell us a bit about that project.
Yes. So I I I I would listen when I go to sleep. I listen to like water, like ocean music. Not ocean music, but just yeah, it's ocean music. Ocean splashing. And so I would listen to it. Then sometimes it would transition to like some music that would be like real pad atmospheric,
Yeah,
but something that I'm not resonating with. I don't want to hear it for an extended amount of time.
yeah.
So I was like, well, let me create my own vibe. So this calm and relax one, like I said, this one is my second installment of the easy listening volumes. So
Yeah.
the first one is peaceful movement. So this one is following like take the time for yourself. Take the time
Mm,
for you to be calm and relaxed. So if you're studying, if you're reading, if you're doing something, be calm and relax with it. Like
yes.
just be at ease, be at peace with it, and be one with self. That's what the calm and relax vibe is.
And I will say this, while I was listening to it, I got so comfortable that I went into my bed and my eyes was closed and then literally was listening to each of the tracks and almost got back into, I haven't got to meditate as much. And I usually don't use a lot of music to help guide with my meditation. I just like to just be,
Mm.
but it just put me in that state when I was listening to it. It was just like, close your eyes, just listen, put your hands here,
Ah,
just be. And I was like, all right, let's go for it. So I'm gonna say thank you for that, brother, as well as I also do mindfulness at the school that I work at, and I
mhm.
started getting ideas. It's like if I start doing more mindfulness, I might want to put some of the stuff that you have on this in that background on these videos for the students, and we can talk offline about that later. But I definitely felt that when listening to this. Uh,
Intentional.
yes.
That was a part of my intent for it to be why I wanted it to be assistant living facility, nursing home, schools, where
Mm,
daycares. I wanted it to be everywhere where it's a neutrality of sound, where you just ain't trying to define it. You just kind of being as it just becomes a background atmospheric ambient type of vibe.
yes,
Great
yes,
tool
for
to inner
finding,
peace. Thank you.
yes, yes. And I will say on that project in particular, a few of them that stood out to me was dreams and ideas.
Mm,
A splash of good thoughts got me. I thought it was going to like I was even looking at the numbers of how long it was. When I thought of a splash of good thoughts, I'm like, okay, this one probably be real quick. But no, the more it continued to move on, I was like, oh, okay. And then love yourself. And then the other one that played a lot too is Let's Find Out.
mm.
Yeah. But on that, I think on that Love Yourself,
Uh-huh.
I noticed like see, and this is the one beautiful thing that I've gotten to do with kids as well as more as I've come to like just listen to production.
Yeah.
The subtleties of sounds in the background, just like adding to the whole overall sound is like, yo, I would probably have never caught this if I wasn't just calm and relaxed. But no, since I was so calm, I literally am like, why do I hear like why does that sound like some type of strings or synth in the back? What is that? Like it just made not only getting the inner peace, but I was so focused at the same time.
Good ear, bro. Good ear. Much love. I just that one. I sat down and what I do is I go with the vibe
Yeah.
of what it is. Like each of those is a different night. Each
Mm,
each one is a different moment, each day, if it's a daytime or nighttime, but it's always like something where I'm coming from that
Yeah.
leads it to there. What's up, my brother John Eccles? Was good, bro. D.I.V.S.S. And so Love Yourself, when I was playing that, and then I was like, I wanted to add just a little ambient, something in there, just to give a little, you know what I'm saying, more uh ambiance in that sound, yo. Just,
Yes,
just like,
man.
yeah.
All I have to say is that
Thank
project
you.
is for sure is gonna be getting just played, as well as, like I said, after we done on this, I'm gonna let you some ideas that at least I wanted to just run by you. But man, enjoyed it
Calm and
thoroughly.
Relax, yo. That's my album we're talking about right now. I got an album
Yes,
called Calm and Relax, and it's, atmospheric music, easy listening, instrumental, and
yes,
I even made sure I kept it instrumental, instead of even adding words or trying to guide.
yes,
I'll do it. I'm doing a guidance meditation album with somebody right now that's in the works, that's gonna have sound bowl, and I'm playing the key. And so I even had an event called Fusion Frequency that
mm,
was a meditating guided meditation where I had sound healers and meditation guided meditations. And I had my good guitarist, and I played keys while they played to the sound bowls in each chakra. And everybody came, it was like 30 people came out, and they brought out their notebooks, and everybody just got a healing. But it was a certain time period. It was like either a new moon or a
yeah,
full moon. I think we did it around the new moon area, because that so we could go into the new phase and stuff like that.
hmm,
Mm-hmm.
mm. I did remember you speaking on that, or at least seeing posts on that too. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that looked like that was a wonderful time,
Mm-hmm.
man. But okay, now you've already pieced a lot of this together, but I will ask, how long did it take you to make Calm and Relaxed? And you've already gave me the overall of why it was created, but
Mm-hmm.
tell us how long it took to make it.
Um, until about like, so in that process, I have a lady. She's the love of my life, and
Mm,
she's a big intricate part of that calm and relax, of like being like, yo, you could put it out, man. Like, put out that she'll be like, because I am known for doing funky type music, up tempo type music. So people would rarely hear me play like this smooth, calm, and relaxed, melodic type piano, you know.
yes,
And so she would be like, "Yo, you need to put that out. You need to do that." And so it took me like two weeks to like finally. I already had. So what it is, as an artist producer, I already have my stuff.
yes,
I like to put my stuff in a mood, and then I like to put it as an album type joint. So I finally had made it, and it took like 2 weeks. And then 2 weeks, not like making it, but it
yeah,
took 2 weeks to like say, this is it.
it,
I'm putting it out. I got my girl to do the graphic design on that joint, and she was able to like help expedite that joint. And that picture, the picture of that graphic design,
yeah.
I took that picture. That's my I like to do in the moment pictures, and so I would do that, and so everything is authentic, originated, and whatnot. And so it's like 2 weeks. Yeah.
Okay,
Hey,
man.
you got to put it out, man. Sometimes we be holding on.
Again, that's just that's the theme of the night is when you got it, man, own it and do it,
Thank you, man.
man. Now, because there's so much more that could be said
Mm.
about that,
Yeah.
you know. But just continuing on with it too is let's jump to this other project, which also features a brother, Blake Johnston, on it as well too. So give us a bit about On a Thursday. What's this about?
On a Thursday, I wanted to go to New York back in 2020 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to go there, link up with my man's Blake Johnston. He's the guitarist in the Groovement, and he had moved to New York, and I was about ready to go, and then this shift happened of life where
Yeah.
they shut everything down,
Yeah.
and it was due to a virus. So it literally like changed up the itinerary. So this year it was a golden opportunity for me to go to New York, and I went there in March. And in March, I was like, yo, Blake, in earlier this year, like late last year, I was like, Blake, I want to do an EP with you, yo. We already got singles together, some songs we got a good vibe. I was like, man, I want to come to New York. He was like, yo, we was on the phone. Ooh, I'm glad I talked about this. We were on the phone,
Yes.
and he was like, yo, just what you doing tomorrow? I was like, for real? I went there tomorrow, bro. Well, in that time period, I went there and I was just like, you know what? Let's do it. And so I went to New York, took the bus, and everything worked out. And so first day I got there, the majority of the album that you hear, we made
Mm-hmm.
that in 1.5 days. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we made No Matter How. Then
Okay.
that was the first one, and we had he was like, yo, let's try to make something different and stuff. Then we was chilling for a little bit, doing our thing, getting in our zone. So
Yeah.
and and so we I was like, hey, bro, because I know how to use all the dolls, yo, all the programs. I know how to use Ableton, Logic. I know wherever you put me wherever, nigga, I'm getting down. And so,
Mm,
I was like, hey, Blake, you don't mind if I get up there? And I started doing the chords on a Thursday, and that's when we started just building, and we just made that. Then yeah, and so we made the joint, made the beat, started making the song, and so then we made the other joint, Initiative Purpose. He did something like boom, 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 boom. I was like, ooh, do that, bro. Please record that. He started making the beat, all this in a day and a half and whatnot. And so my day was up, my time was up at New York.
mm,
Came back to the Norfolk, and he was like, yo, bro. He's like, yo, send me that verse on a Thursday, man. Trying to, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And Blake is a Leo, so Blake like the call, like he like to stay on top of it, and you need people like that. Don't get with somebody that's a slacker, yo. But
Yeah.
he was always on top of it, and he was like, yo, send me the verse, and I couldn't write the verse, yo. I didn't have it,
Mm,
so I was like, bro, I'm trying to come back, bro. He was like, yeah. I went back to New York a couple of months later, and we finished up the album, yo. And it took me to be in the
in the
spot
space. Mm-hmm.
to write my verse, because he wanted me to start off like his first verse is like, I touched down on a Thursday, and I tried to do that multiple ways. I was like, it's not hitting for me. So when I was there, as I went outside, did my thing, got in my zone,
Mm-hmm.
and then I did my thing, and I was like, I got it. And I was like, when I arrived, it was a Thursday. I came high, you know what I'm saying? And it was just,
Yeah.
it flowed, but I was in that presence and stuff. And I feel like this was my first time experiencing like co-producing an album. And
Boom.
I feel like you
Mm-hmm.
get to learn, like I was very open to his ideas. He was very open to mine, because we're both like musically professionals. So
Yes.
and we know how to for us to make a beat, it don't take long. We can make like 20 beats in like a couple of days. It's not long. So but when you're doing that, you got to know how to come together with two powerhouses. So he was very open, and I was open. And I think that was a good process. If you never collabed on a project with somebody,
Oh
like
yeah.
face to face or something, I think that's a cool vibration to like see what you can do and what you can do next to take it higher. We got a
Yeah.
music video out too for that joint too.
For on a Thursday.
Yeah, the song on a Thursday.
Man, that song is fire. That song is between that one and Pretty Lady, but man, I swear on a Thursday when I first heard the first notes in the sound, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is it." I already dug it from the beginning.
Hey, yeah,
Yes,
hold on, man. I don't just because I like to go live in the moment. Just
yes.
this is when I arrived. It was a Thursday. I came high. It's not a work day. I am supply. I am still working, but in my own grooves. I make my own moves. I tried to do the work thing. I'm an
Mm.
inventor. It wasn't working. It wasn't working. It wasn't working. Yeah, that's why I'm with you in person. Yeah.
Woo!
This is a little. That's the
Man.
part I wanted to be able to show like the musicianship of like yeah I can make the beat but I can also if you ask me like hey yo Torrin can you perform tomorrow
Yeah.
that goes back to like it ain't no oh man give me some time to get ready bro I'm ready right
Yeah.
now bro free formula star was good raw talent
Man.
appreciate it thank you yo thank you.
Really, really, man. Shoot, I could sit here all day just listening for real. But man,
Hey,
that's
I
beautiful.
wanna plug in my man's like right here, like Avis, y'all. Hey, he got music online too for my people that's following me. I want y'all to check a bro out when y'all exit out of here. Go on his page and his bio. He got different music online, and he's a producer as well. So I just wanted to tag that in, y'all.
Yeah, man. That's love right there. That's love, man. I appreciate it, man. Shoot, when one shine, we all shine, man.
Yeah,
That's just
yeah,
how I see it, my man. But
yeah.
yes, brother.
Thank
So from that project, man, and we'll get into these last bit of stuff because man, I'm loving this,
you.
and the energy and how long, thank y'all for who's still here, man. Because
Yeah.
we just 2 hours in, and it doesn't seem like it's been 2 hours, but y'all, man, it has. But
Wow.
with that, what was one message that you wanted your listeners to get from on a Thursday in particular?
So the message was initiative purpose. The original foundation theme of that album was called Initiative Purpose, but we didn't
Mm,
want that 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 title to be. It was just kind of like I said, titles got to like pop out, stand out. Initiative
yes,
Purpose wasn't that, but when I went to New York, when I did all those things, it was an initiative. Like I had to initiate all those points. So it was actually what I wanted people, and I know Blake probably can speak for himself, but for me is wanting to like, initiate that purpose in you. You know what I'm
yes,
saying? Like
mm-hmm.
take that time to like, if you feel impromptu to like create something with somebody, and you might not see like oh, we're gonna make this money. We're gonna travel here. You're gonna, you don't, if you don't, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You initiate your purpose, and so that's why initiative purpose. But that's the foundation of the
Station,
album. Then we called it on a Thursday because we got a music video, and that one was the one that like popped out the hardest.
yes,
Yeah.
and if you look at least the track list of how it is, you purposefully, or I don't know if y'all purposefully did it, where you put initiative purpose in the middle. Because there's three at the top and then you got the three at the bottom. So I don't know if that was also on purpose, but that's something else that I'm noticing.
Yes. And the movement of that song,
Song.
it's more like funk style,
Mm,
more 80s type vibe. And I don't want to use just a time period, but that's a flavor where you might get that type of rhythmic cadence in that. decade and stuff, and uh, that it we was that was what the project was called the whole time. We were saying initiative purpose
Purpose.
the whole time, and then after I came the second time, that's
Yeah.
when we was like we shot a music video when I came back the second time, called on a Thursday and directed by a woman named Abby. I forgot her last name, but forgive me, A.D.V.I.S.S or something like that. But Blake knew her, and I like linking one up with video directors who's enthused about shooting music videos or
Yeah.
direct. You got shooters, you got editors, then you got
Mm-hmm.
directors. If you
Mm-hmm.
can do the directing and editing portion, then you're definitely dope. If you can do directing, editing, and shooting,
Mm-hmm.
and you write out the script, she did all that, so it was cool. Then Blake helped out with the process of the editing, like to find Nick the certain parts and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, because they were in New York together. So that process happened intentionally when I came out, like, hey, we're gonna shoot a music video, we're gonna do
Yeah.
this, and it was awesome, and it was great networking as well.
Mm. Yes. She did an amazing job.
And then you see, it's a song called "Pretty Lady,"
Lady.
Calm Something to Love.
Yes.
So those two, like, we needed some more. So I sent Blake six, 6 tracks, and because
Mm.
we didn't, if it was an EP, EP, if you don't know, EP stands for extended
Extended
play.
play.
So it could be a song, one single, and it could be a remix, then another type remix. That's what and that could be an EP, 3 songs or 5 songs or less. And so we didn't want it to be an EP. We wanted it to be as an album, because when you go
Mm.
on musical platforms, it doesn't, certain stuff might not pop up when it says the album. It might be as a single. A single might equate to EP. So that's what we had right there. And so that's
Mm.
what we wanted. So when I came back here, I sent him like 6 beats, and I told him to choose from that. So the Pretty Lady and Something to Love are beats that I made prior. Then he added some stuff on top of it. He wrote to that Something to Love, and he did, man, because of the Pretty Lady. I've been had that hook, been had that beat, but I wasn't confident. I remember just having that joint. You know, you got stuff in the storage and you just
Yes.
don't put it out. I've been
Yes.
had that joint. I wasn't confident in it. I was like, "Hello, pretty lady," and I wasn't confident in it. Blake had that joint, put his little spin on it. Then the Something to Love. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, Blake did his thing. So, peace and love to the people that's responding. Yo, Blake did his thing, and now we got a remix to a dance remix to Something to Love on the album.
No.
A
Mm.
dance remix called Something to Love,
Yeah.
and that was another. I tried. We tried. So we did a little challenge where we tried to do flip up one of the songs and make it a house mix. And like I said, Blake a Leo, so Blake was like, "Hey, yo, come on, Torrin, let's get it." So my project is a little different. So somebody
Yes.
else be like, "Yo, come on!" I'm like, I gotta feel it, man. It gotta
Yep.
be right, and I gotta be so. We finally found, and he made a joint, and I was like, "Yo, send me the stems," and I was like, "Let me change up a couple of things," and now we got the dance mix to that joint, yo. So we just trying to squeeze it out like a bath cloth. All, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Squeeze all that stuff out, and you just, because as musicians, we got so much music. I got so much
Yes.
music. We just sitting on stuff, and you know what I'm saying. It comes a time where you got to know how to promote, market, and do those things with yourself. Then other times, like the easy listening stuff, that stuff
Yeah.
I put out.
Yeah.
That's neutral music. I'm putting that out. I'm not focusing on too much heavy rotation of marketing. It's just, it needs to be out. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Then the stuff that got the songs and the hits and the vibe, you got to know where to market that stuff at. So yeah, on the
There it
Thursday, y'all.
is. There it is. Mm. Now, with all of that, which thank you for sharing it. And again, y'all, if you want to go check out the brother Big Torrin, got the name down there, Big Torrin. Go follow on Instagram at Big Torrin. as well as check out on Spotify, all other platforms, and wherever you go and listen to music, you're gonna find this brother because it's not gonna be hard to find this man. I'm telling you that now. So please go check him out, give him that love and that support. And with that, I got 3 more questions for you, my G, and we
Okay,
out.
and
We out.
I'll
Wish him
keep it
appreciate
short.
it.
I keep it
Yes.
short.
So with all of that, the feeling it, the creation, the connections, the again taking on that, not only the energy but taking on that role from finding the awareness, whatever the universe and things are thrown at you. What is your ultimate goal with your passions? It can be either just the music, whether if it's the connection with folks, anything else that brings you joy, I should say.
Yeah.
What is your ultimate goal with those passions?
Ooh, hoo, hoo. Yeah, I want to shout out DJ Just a Kid, Tracy Franklin. DJ Just a Kid, I want to say this before I say my statement. He played my song in Japan. I got
Woo!
sold at a dance battle and stuff, and I got a lot of comments on that YouTube video. Shout out DJ Just a Kid. We out here with something else.
Yeah.
My man, I just had kind of this conversation with my lady, and like it's more so for me, yo. Like when people be asking, like, yo, what is your 5-year goal? What is your what's that? I have like a kind of like a thing that I kind of see, but I
Yeah.
understand change comes with like setting intention. You might get something that you're looking for, but it
Yeah.
might be in a different form. So like the passion, honestly, yo, it's more so like laying down the legacy, like
Mm.
where like putting music out, fulfilling my thoughts and ideas, creatively. Um, Sometimes just being what I'm passionate about is like being at peace and like being joyful, being at ease, and taking my life as I am. Like I do affirmations every day.
Mm.
I have last month I slacked off on my affirmations and my prayers, and because the way I go real deep into like I was like, man, we use God because that's a program. We say the word God because we're programmed to say God. What does God come from?
Mm.
What does amen come from? Amen comes from saying Amun-Ra, and
Yep.
Amun-Ra was an actual existing being because he ordered people to say these things. So I questioned my prayer.
Mm.
I questioned how I prayed. Like I'm praying to God. God, please do this for me. But it's like, bro, the seeds was genetically modified in you to do those things. So I had slipped off from just commanding my existence. So now I'm back on it this month. And like now, like I wake up every day, I say, I am confident. I am brave, but this is just a season right now because I'm
Yes.
still going through a transitional process in my life. So right now, I need to be confident and brave and courageous in this transitional time with me. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? And so I'm doing those things. So I can't say what my 10 years is going to look like, but I do hope it's, plentiful and abundant and rich and like good, strong
Yes.
relationship. If it's lasting or not lasting, if we serve our purpose. But that's what I'm passionate about is like making the most out of life in the most positive, abundant, effective, procreative way.
Mm. Man, again, y'all picking up this wisdom. Y'all picking it up. I know y'all see that eye back there on that painting for a reason. But man, yeah, that's extremely powerful, man. And yes, the more and more that you continue to go down that route and figure those things out, brother, I send you nothing but success and love towards all of that.
Thank you, man.
Yes. And speaking of that, when it comes to all of this, and honestly going back to you talking about all the levels of things that you do, from you know, from the organ, then from the drums, and being pianist, and then being able to put your own self on, and the producer, and all these different, again, hats. No
Yeah.
cats, the hats that we put on. So what is your thoughts on being a jack of all trades?
Well, I would like to definitely. I had to sum up like that thing of like a jack of all trades. I'm like a tree, and in
Mm.
that tree is like music, entertainment, uh, peace, love, and like connectivity, and from that, and like community, and from that tree, um, I do things that's encompassing those trades. Like I'm a jack of some trades,
Yes.
but I'm a master at those trades. Like that's what what I'm saying. I'm like, so those hats kind of correlate. So, um,
Mm.
so the coordinating correlates with performing. Like me performing, I don't like with me performing, I'm able to perform in front of a great amount of people, nice amount of people. And now after all that, all these people come up to me, hey, where you can I find you? Da, 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 all this stuff. I don't now have to go out to certain events and stuff
Yes.
to do that. So now I can, when I'm going to my coordinating mode, now I can invite all these new people I met that's fits a certain synergy with that. So then with being a pianist and then being a producer, they correlate together as far as being able to know the music, know what I want, know how
Mm.
to do my thing. Peace, love, Zach, dreams, and whatever. Much love. I just like with that, I can core. I had to like this is stuff I had to see how I can work efficiently correlating together, being a producer and being a pianist. So I would meet as a producer, I would meet artists that's not really good at performing, but
Yeah.
being that I'm a performer, I now got artists that I can be like, yo, I can, you want to perform? Now they get better at performing. Now we doing gigs. Now they might have gigs outside of me. Now they're putting me onto their community, which
Yeah.
correlates to going back to coordinating, then going back to performing. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So it's kind of like all those connecting each other. But so I just I can do multiple things, but they kind of all encompassing what I know I'm going to put that energy into. And so
Mm.
yeah.
So they intentionally build upon each other to make that intention be known. And even if it seems like there's a lot going on, they're more interconnected than people would think.
Yes, exactly. And I do film composition music. So if a person is doing a film, a documentary, short film, or they need a trailer music, I would be a go-to guy in that. And I would have to use my skills of being a pianist and like knowing how to read the room. Like I like when I do film composition, I get a script. I like to read the script, figure
Yes.
out the characters. Then this character get a certain type of music. This character get a certain type of music. You know what I'm saying? And if it's just a movie with less music or a
Yeah.
film, I have to now figure out how can I use less, but that less be like the best you ever heard. So that all correlates
Mm.
into coordinating, producing, being a pianist, performing. I gotta like encompass all those and to use it, just use it for your best ability, yo.
Yes.
Like I said, man, let's squeeze this bow cloth to your full and complete. Like squeeze it all out. I told you, don't be afraid of death. So for if we leave this physical earth and we
Yeah.
die, make sure you want to be full and complete. Like, yo, I did all my stuff that I wanted to do.
Wholeness.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. And last question I got for you. And again, before I do, I want to give you your flowers and
Mm,
appreciate you for coming on,
mm.
sharing your thoughts, sharing your experiences, sharing your wisdom, sharing the openness of who you are as Big Torrin, and really just the wonderful music in all areas that you put out. So thank you for it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that.
Yes.
That this painting right here,
Mm-hmm.
this is a painting of my album called Moving with Thought. That's the instrumental beat tape
Mm,
album, where it's just like a rhythmic instrumental style with beats. And so that's painted by a girl named Ira. And I greatly
mm,
appreciate you saying this, man. I wanted to, put that out there. I would connect with artists and different people. This whole room in here is filled with paintings, and I got
hmm.
these paintings from people who were, just artists and stuff. And someone would just hook me up, or it'd be exchange, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that one right there, I did that one, and I put that
Mm,
out, and I made that one in 2019, but I
wow.
put the actual album out in 2021 and whatnot. So
Wow.
it's just it's certain stuff I like to like plan ahead and
Hmm.
whatnot, and then when it's refined and everything good, I like to put it out.
I see
All
it.
you
It's
listen to,
right here.
I got
Yeah.
soul.
Man, yes. Now, last but not least, from all of that, brother,
Okay.
it's always a question I like to end with.
Uh
This
huh.
is always something, again, I always say it, and I have to. Shouts out to Busy Balboa, the homegirl out in San Diego. She interviewed me. She had something that was poignant that it just made me think of one for my own to end it off with. So, last question I got for you. When it comes to your passions, your connections, all levels of the Jackson trades that you know, family, friends, anything that's in the scope of your life, is it the quality or is it the quantity?
you know, I was on the interview when you had asked that question, and I
Yes.
remember getting off when I remember hearing that, and I thought about it myself. Here's my true
Mm,
answer. I feel like I want to have the quality of everything. I want
yeah.
it to be quality time as I move forward, get older. But, however, I like having the quantity to
Mm,
fill in the in between voided space. So a lot of the stuff that may come out and stuff or may come about, I can dig into my quantity
yes.
because it's already done and it's at a certain quality. So I would say I want to have both, yo. I don't want to just have the quality that I'm missing out because like I ain't making enough. Like I want to have both.
Yes. Mm. I mean, well said and well put, because again, this is your perspective, this is your thought, this is however you want to look at it. But I will say this, just even going off of the beginning, other part for the fun questions, the build and destroy. It's like again, it's how you reference these and put them together, man. And again,
Mm.
it's just all up to you who you are as that person and how we just view it. And it's wonderful to hear all different types of answers, and it just helps people to understand the reasons of why you say what you say and you do what you do. So I
Thank you.
appreciate that.
Thank you, man. And
Yes.
I make sure I know there are questions that's asked in the moment, but I know the universe hears what we say. The universe doesn't decipher if it's a joke or whatever. The universe take it as a sincerity, and you say it, and you can now what you just said. Your words are spells. It's you say
Yes.
things out. It goes out into a frequency. It comes back to you. You are saying something in a joking manner. You know how dudes be like, "Oh man, I just wish a nigga would. I wish a brother would come and try me." Then
Yeah.
boop, now he fighting because he wished it. He
Yeah.
made a wish. So I hope the universe makes sure I want quantity and I want quality, like Bratson from Jamie Foxx.
Mm. And there it is, y'all. Before we do go, man, brother, any final thoughts as well as please plug, tell people where they could find you, and anything that's just left there on your mind.
Yes. Ha! um, yes. I just want to plug. Shout out to just shout out to you first, bro, for this opportunity. Truly grateful. Thank you for the people who's watching. And if you don't know, I have music and I have a YouTube channel. I did some rebranding, but it's a lot of. I have a TikTok. That's the more creative side of me, where I'm like more the funny side of me right there. Then my Instagram, my Facebook. Uh, you're going to kind of get different elements because they both all got different vibes. But you can find my stuff online, Spotify. Just type in. Matter of fact, type in Big Torrin on Google. Let's see what comes up and see what happens. And then you could be able to, find me. And I have multi-purpose music. So easy listening music, instrumental music, things that make you dance and move, lyrical type aspect. So I'm grateful, and all the people that I have connected with. And yeah, I just want to shout, like, that's what I want to plug right there, man. And I just want to plug in, stay like with yourself, like stay like mastering self, like love yourself. I've been looking in the mirror like the last few weeks, and I'll be like, man, and because I used to not be like the best with my body.
Yeah.
Look in the mirror now, look in the mirror and be like, man, I love myself, and I'll say I love my smile, I love my ears, I love my arms, and so when I go out, I get a lot of love because I'm projecting that out to
Yes.
myself. So, always love yourself. Always stay loving yourself. Matter of fact, tell yourself that you are better than what you were before at anything that you felt doubts about. Like, start telling yourself those things. Watch how your whole world changes. That's it, yo. That's it.
And with that, y'all, this has been another installment of More Interviews, aka Memoirs of Our Real Experiences. And again, thank you so much, Big Torrin, for coming through and sharing so much, and just putting it all out there for us to be aware of it and to connect with you so that we can take the initiative and to love ourselves and be better. So thank you so much for that. And to everyone else, don't forget that when it comes to your life and how you move about these things, keep continuing to write your memoirs and your experiences so that you can keep growing and sharing your life. But with that, y'all, we're out from A.D.V.I.S.S and your brother Big Torrin. We'll
Hey,
see y'all. But thank y'all so much for being through and coming through. Peace, one love, and we're out.
hey, can I